Welcome back to another video. I wanted to come back and make a little slideshow on what I'm going through in this little trading break that I've had. I haven't been on the live markets in about 3 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks now since I made my last video. And I have a little plan to get back. I have been back testing, even though I said I was going to wait. I have been back testing a good amount, and I've been gaining more confidence in my trading ability and just remembering that I know I can do this. So in this video, we're going to go over my previous trading success, what I did to see that previous trading success, what I did to lose that confidence, that success that I had, and how I can get back to that feeling. So, firstly, looking at the success I had, I passed two funded accounts. I passed a 50K my funded futures account and also a 300K Apex account, and then I was up $7,000 on these are on 50K accounts. I was up $7,000. Obviously not real like $7,000, but paper trading and funded accounts. I was up $7,000, which is 14% across. I want to say it was like 3.5 months, which is pretty good. 14%. And then it started to go downhill. I lost both funded accounts, and I was down $4,000, so 8% in the matter of 1.5 months, 2 months, and that was pretty draining. That hurt pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, and I had to step away after that for a little bit. So what was I doing to first see this success? Well, I was backtesting a good amount, like a really good amount. I was backtesting. I was also journaling consistently, which unfortunately I got complacent and I stopped doing that. My psychology was more on point. I I wasn't trying to force things. I wasn't trying to rush the process. And lastly, my time management was way better. So I mean, I was able to actually do these things that I wanted to. And yeah, so we're gonna go over each one. So backtesting, I was consistently backtesting every day. I was going over TradingView, just reading price. I would play out the what is it called on TradingView? Replay trading on TradingView, and I would just play out price, and I would be reading it. I would watch the candles and basically just be reading price for like an hour, 2 hours a day. And then I was also doing my own backtesting within FX Replay. I started a full year of data collection, and I was gaining a lot of confidence in my trading. And I stepped away from that. So we'll talk about that later. But I was also journaling. One of the things I really, really enjoyed was my weekly journal. I would take time every Saturday, every Sunday to completely journal the week. I would go over the weekly profile, I would go over all my trades, and then I would go over my biggest takeaways from the week. And this is really what helped me. Like this helped me so much. I I was writing out. Okay, this example I didn't write out a whole lot, but in other ones I was writing out so much stuff throughout the week of where I could improve. I was talking about what I did wrong, what I did well. I remember telling myself week after week that I have the skills to make money in the markets, and that actually came to life by me just telling myself every time because I was actually proving it to myself within the market. And I would also prepare for the next week. I would I would journal out the news for the week. I would journal out what I'm looking for going into the week, what I thought the weekly profile was going to be. And I just stepped away from that because I got complacent and I was putting time into other things, unfortunately. So looking at psychology, these are the three big things that really stepped me into seeing that success. The first thing was actually believing that I knew what the fuck I was doing. I was literally telling people that I am a profitable trader. Even way before I even was starting to make money, I was telling people that I've done this, that I can do this. And I actually meant it with a real intention. It wasn't just me saying that. I actually believed it. I believed that I was actually good enough to be a profitable trader. And also I was not forcing trading to save my life at this time. I wasn't trying super hard to have trading get me out of this difficult situation that I'm in. Difficult situation, um, as me like putting my life in this hole because I see this future of my life that I want to go so far to, and I was able to switch that to be content with where I'm at in life and understand that this is exactly where I need to be, and understand that I'm going to have to just enjoy this. And in the future, I'm going to look back on these days where I was struggling to make a name for myself. I was struggling to take consistently good trades and be profitable month after month. And I've gone back into the bad psychology of hoping and dreaming of the future instead of just living in the moment, being in the present, and understanding that I have everything that I need. And I got away from that mindset, and trading felt more rushed and more I had more pressure on my trading than I did before, and that caused me to be more psychological, be more emotional in the markets. And just that's not you can't do that while you're day trading. It just doesn't work that way. Also, time management. Um, I've been extremely busy with my business. I have been completely full. I also have 4 jobs right now pretty much. I work as a pet sitter as an independent contractor for another company. I run my own pet sitting business. I paint soccer fields and I ref soccer games. So pretty much 4 different jobs right now, which has been kicking my ass. And it's all just a fucking excuse for why I haven't been backtesting, for why I haven't been journaling my trades. It's a fucking excuse. Because there is time I can make to do these things. But I was just so comfortable with my trading. I thought, you know what? In trading, less is more, right? Less is more. Why don't I just be content with where I'm at? And that caused me to just say, you know what? I'm done backtesting. If I do more backtesting, it's just going to make me more emotional in the markets. And then I slowly went away from journaling because you know what I already know what I'm doing. I don't need to be reflecting on my losses. I don't need to be reflecting on what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. I'm already good enough. So slowly pushed away from weekly journaling, and then I started taking some bad trades and decided, you know what, I don't need to journal this. I don't need to journal these trades. And it was just getting worse and worse. And then I continually lost and lost and lost. And I wonder why those things correlate. So just getting my time under control and not being fucking content with where I'm at. Not being content and continuing to pursue to be a better trader, learning from my losses, continually backtesting my edge and improving my confidence within my skills, journaling every fucking trade and learning from it instead of being content with where I'm at. And this is my plan to get back. Oh, I didn't change one of the graphics. That is embarrassing. But my plan to get back. So, firstly, get back to what is working. What was I doing? I was back testing. I was weekly journaling and looking at my emotions, recognizing my emotions, and understanding what I was doing right, what I was doing wrong, and fully, like, really fully typing them out. Like, there is a good amount of bullet points within here, and I had a whole list of things that I wanted to talk about and reflect within myself. And, like, that was so big for me when I was seeing that success, when I was first starting to get to that success and building confidence, that was so important to me, and I stepped away from it. So I have to get back to that. I have to get back to backtesting daily. I want to be doing at least 30 minutes of backtesting, an hour of backtesting a day. Right now, I want to do more, 2 to 3 hours. But once I'm actually able to get back to the live markets, I want to be doing 30 minutes to an hour of backtesting every day. I want to be doing my Sunday weekly journaling. And then I also want to get back to being fucking delusional that I know how to do this shit. You see this little note I had to myself? This is pretty much what I would write every single week to myself. I would tell myself I'm a fucking profitable trader, and I would actually prove it to myself within the markets. And I actually meant that with real intention, and I have to get back to that. I have to. Because I was seeing success, and then I got fucking complacent. And of course, it started to go downhill. Shutting out the noise. Just completely shutting out the noise. No more consuming any fucking trading content. No more looking for the answer from others. So, what I would do is when in this little losing streak that I've had, there has been that hole in that feeling in my gut that I don't know the answers, that I want to know the answers. As humans, we always want to know what the path forward is. We always want to know what the solution is. Even if we're not there yet, we want to know how it's going to play out. And with trading, I used to feel that, and then that feeling went away, and that feeling came again where it feels like I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I need to find the answers to what I'm doing. Instead of finding those answers within the charts, just me in the charts, I would be looking towards others for them to tell me the answer instead of realizing those answers for myself, if that makes sense. So instead of trying to watch more strategies, instead of trying to watch other traders and how they trade, I want to just be me and the charts. Just have it be me and the charts and what I see and what makes sense to me. Instead of trying to copy other people, instead of trying to force somebody else's way of thinking of the markets onto my brain, I just want to connect with the market myself. I want to connect with price action, with the candles myself. I don't want to be reaching out to others and trying to make their concepts make sense to me. I just want to make it make sense from my experience within the markets. And also, I really don't do this, but I gotta stop listening to other people. Like, so many people tell me to just quit this shit, and I'm sure there's gonna be many more, but I can't listen to others. I just have to focus on what I believe in and the vision that I have for myself and the vision that I have for my life, and just believe in what I think. And this is honestly a big one. It's taking profitability out of my vocab. Of course, I'm probably going to title this video something about my previous profitability or something like that, but that's just to get more views. But I want to stop saying profitability because trading is not a linear curve to success. You don't just continually get better and get better and get better. You have bumps in the road. You go up and down, up and down, up and down until you're at a level where you're making money, but you still see failures within that level of profitability. So instead of classifying and putting myself in a box of being either profitable or unprofitable, I'm going to act like I'm a professional trader. Instead of saying, "Oh, I'm an unprofitable trader and I suck," I'm just going to act like I am a professional trader and actually believe within myself that I am, because that'll make me act how a professional trader does, which is risk manage properly, be patient, wait till I see exactly what I want to see, not force setups, not over risk, not do these things that an amateur trader would do, but do the things that a professional trader would do. And that's how I actually do become a professional trader. Because you don't become what you want to by trying. I'm trying to be a professional trader. You start fucking acting like it. You start acting like a professional trader, and then you actually become that. You don't just classify yourself as trying to become something. Oh, I'm trying to be a professional trader. No, I am one, and I'm gonna do the actions that a professional trader does, and then that's how you actually become it. So that's what's in my mind. Lastly, time management. So I am going to make time for my trading. I'm going to raise the price of my dog sitting, so hopefully I can get less jobs but also make the same amount of money. I am going to start saying no more to independent contractor work for dog sitting because I would take on so many jobs that I'd be so busy that I didn't have time for my trading. And the worst thing is just mindlessly consuming content. It's just pointless. There is no positives within that. It's just me being a fucking dumbass consuming content instead of doing the things that I know I need to do, which is what do I know I need to fucking do? Journal weekly, journal every trade, backtest consistently, quality backtesting, not just fucking bullshitting my backtesting. Wake up on time, preparing my mental to trade, and just fucking submitting to the process. Not trying to fucking rush it and understanding it's going to take time, but putting the time that's needed into trading, the time and effort that is needed into trading, I have to be able to submit to that. I have to be able to make sacrifices to have the time to do that. I just have to. If I want this to actually happen, I have to put the time and energy into it that is needed. And I haven't been doing that. I wasn't doing that, and that's why I started to fail. Lastly, is not putting a fucking time limit on this. When I put a time limit on it, that's when the emotions come. That's when I start to pressure myself. That's when I start to think I'm not where I want to be in life, and I want trading to change that. I start to rush it, and then my trades are worse because I'm rushing my trades. I'm not being patient. I'm being emotional, so when I take a loss, it stings even worse instead of just accepting the loss. And it's just a downward spiral, which does not work within trading. It just doesn't work. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to talk about. It's pretty clear what I need to do. I've already seen the success. I've seen the success of trading. I passed funded accounts. I made money on those funded. I didn't get a payout, but I made money on those funded accounts. And then I just fucking blew it all because I got complacent. I I thought I had it. I thought I figured it out. And there is never a figuring it out within trading. I thought, "Oh, I've already done the work. It's just going to go like this. I'm just going to get better and better and better." But it doesn't fucking work like that within trading. And I wasn't ready for the setback, and it's clear why it happened. So, I'm going to take my failures, my however long this has been, 2 3 months of failures. I'm going to take it as a lesson. I'm going to take it in stride, and I'm not going to fucking sit on it and have it affect my mental going into the future. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to look at it as a lesson, and I'm going to get back on track of what I was doing to become successful. And I will see the success, and I'm going to act like a professional fucking trader, and I will make this shit work. So, that's all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you gained value out of this one. Hopefully, the next few videos will be me continuing the success in my trading journey. But who fucking knows? You know what? Maybe I'll see more losses. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to continue at this. There's no time limit on this. I have everything I need in life right now. I'm running a successful business that's making enough money for me to live my life. There is no stress on me to there's no pressure on me to try to force trading to change stuff. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one, and peace out.